5, GOP gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels changes his opinion on abortion, what he says he would do if he becomes governor. Plus, new residents of Dane County will soon have a new area code. Find out why numbers will change from 608 to 353. And a new report says more and more people are surviving cancer. We'll take a closer look at the numbers. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. Republican gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels says if he is elected, he would be open to signing an abortion bill that allows for exceptions for rape and incest. That is a different stance than the one he shared his entire campaign, including this frequently cited soundbite from June.
My position is an exact mirror of the 1849 law as well, which has an exception for life of the mother.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct.
Michels seemed to change his stance after being asked about the topic today on the Dan O'Donnell radio show. Take a listen.
We are banning abortion in Wisconsin, but there will be exceptions for rape or incest. Would you sign it?
Yes, I would sign that bill. And if the people, in this case the legislature, brought a bill before me, as you just stated, I would sign that.
So how will this move impact the abortion issue on the campaign? Our political reporter Will Keneally spoke to an expert today about that. Will?
So when we sat down with political expert Mordecai Lee, he says that it makes sense that Michels may take this position on abortion, especially if he sees polling that indicates that he needs to make a change.
When a politician changes positions, that means that something is happening.
And UW-Milwaukee professor emeritus Mordecai Lee says polling could be driving that.
I think what this is telling us is that the attack commercials against Michels for his abortion position was making a difference.
Which is why Michels says he's open to signing a bill that creates new exceptions for rape and incest. Speaking on conservative talk radio this morning. His campaign was quick to point out, though, he holds more conservative views personally. He personally does not support rape or incest exceptions, but would sign that bill. That change, though, may appeal to voters who are economically conservative, but socially liberal.
They're saying, oh, no, that means that if I want to vote for a candidate who's conservative on economic issues, I have to vote for the same candidate who is pro-life. And being pro-life now will make a difference because the abortion issue is in play.
This also comes the same week that Michels faced some negative headlines related to allegations of harassment and assault at the business that carries his name. Lee says those two aren't related.
It would be a little too soon for them to see something about an issue that only popped up, let's say, a couple of news cycles ago.
But what's not too soon? We may see ads from the Evers campaign calling this a flip-flop as early as next week.
It would be my guess that if now there's going to be attacks against Michels for changing his position, that we're not going to see them until Monday or Tuesday.
So in the predictable fallout of the news this morning, we heard from the Evers campaign charging that Michels is trying to hide what they call an extreme position. The Michels campaign fired back, though, saying that Evers' vetoes of Republican legislation this past year make him the extreme one on abortion.
Will, thank you. It is starting to feel more and more like fall every day. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio with the latest. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Susan. Well, the clouds had a lot to do with that today. Having the cloud cover keeps out the sun and doesn't allow us to warm up as much. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. Morning sunshine gave way to that big mass of clouds coming in from the west, and there have been some light rain showers, but the air near the ground is pretty dry. So the first batch of showers is kind of dissipated as it's moved into southern Wisconsin. Right now, a few sprinkles south of Janesville and north of Beloit, but the rest of southern Wisconsin, by and large, is precipitation free. However, over the next 6 hours, future track radar shows the better chances for showers moving in probably after about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. Here in Madison, probably about midnight, and that will probably be the main shower event tonight. Last night was pretty chilly. Temperatures were in the 30s up to the north, down to 34 degrees in Camp Douglas and 38 at the Baraboo Dells Airport. Madison bottomed out at 42. Right now we're at 59. Most areas are in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. Here in Dane County, temperatures are mainly in the upper 50s to around 60. 60 right now in Edgerton and Verona, and 61 in Cross Plains. For this evening, look for mostly cloudy skies, temperatures falling to the middle 50s. I think the rain chances will be pretty low this evening, so I think most of the Friday night football games will be fine, but we'll see better chances for showers overnight. I'll take a look at the forecast for the rest of the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. A man charged with sexually assaulting a woman on State Street this summer was found incompetent to stand trial. That means the 22-year-old Ivan Smart will be required to follow a court-ordered commitment plan before his case can move forward. Smart is accused of groping a woman while she was waiting for her ride share. He is facing sexual assault and false imprisonment charges. A follow-up court date has not yet been set. Tim Michels wants Governor Tony Evers to halt all paroles, but that's not exactly how it works. Naomi Coles talked with a professor specializing in criminal justice. Naomi?
The control a governor has over parole in Wisconsin is limited to who he appoints to lead the parole board. Apart from that, laws govern who can be released from prison early. The law severely limits what the parole board can even do, given that most prisoners don't even have that option.
It is already the case that most prisoners in the Wisconsin prison system are not parole eligible. Wisconsin abolished parole as of December 31st, 1999. So actually there aren't very many prisoners left in our system who are eligible for parole release.
What gets confusing is what is meant by parole. Wisconsin prisoners are eligible for extended supervision after prison time, but parole is an early release, sometimes at the discretion of the parole board. The people who committed a crime prior to that law change, however, are still eligible for it or early release on supervision. For more, tune in Sunday at 10:30 on For the Record for my full conversation with Professor Cecilia Klingel.
Looking forward to it. We will see you Sunday morning, Naomi. Thank you. During speeches today, President Joe Biden and House Republicans highlighted differences between the two parties ahead of the midterm elections. At a political rally in Washington, the president laid out what he believes is a stark choice. He said voters will be choosing to be a nation of hope, unity, and optimism, or a nation of fear, division, and darkness. Ahead of the president's speech, House Republicans, led by Representative Kevin McCarthy, unveiled their commitment to America. It's a roadmap for GOP legislative priorities with 4 pillars: a strong economy, public safety, individual freedom, and government accountability. President Biden slammed the plan, which he says is thin with little details.
We didn't hear him mention the right to choose. We didn't hear him mention Medicare. We didn't hear him mention Social Security.
I challenge the president to join with us. Let's go across the country and let's debate what his policies has done to America and our plan for a new direction.
McCarthy could be poised to take the Speaker's gavel if Republicans can flip a few House seats. Well, for 67 years, the 608 area code has defined South Central and Southwestern Wisconsin. But the numbers are running out, and a new area code is coming soon. Catherine Merck spoke with those who identify with the 608 about what this addition means for them.
Many businesses in Southwest and South Central Wisconsin have the area code branded. It's on its name, like 608 Vintage here in Janesville. It's part of their identity.
There's a lot of Wisconsin-themed clothing, handmade goods. A lot of my vendors are from Wisconsin.
But phone numbers for the 608 area code will soon run out. The state's Public Service Commission says a 353 area code will be in service by late next year to supplement 608. For businesses like 608 Vintage, how does that change their identity? The owner tells me those 3 numerals will always mean a lot to the people here, no matter the others that come later.
I've been through it before in Rockford. They added one. Creates a little confusion for a while for people, but you know, it's just a sign that the city's growing, that the area code is growing.
If you have a 608 area code, don't worry, you're not going to have to change your number or anything like that. The new 353 area code will be available in late 2023. Reporting from Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
There is a direct connection between drawing in more college students and making them want to stay here after graduation. Given that, UW system leaders are focused on a problem: falling enrollment. Our Tahlil Moeddin looked at the preliminary data and what the plan is to fix it. Tahlil?
Of the 13 UW system schools, only 3 here, UW Madison, UW Green Bay, and UW Superior added students this year to last. Most of the other schools saw enrollment drop at least 3%, some as high as 6%. But new student enrollment is the highest it's been since before the pandemic. In 2018, UW system leaders say they're recovering from the overall decline the pandemic created.
We're delighted with this because we know that Wisconsin is in a war for talent, and there is a need in the state for a higher number of four-year degree graduates and graduate students graduating from our institutions to fulfill the job needs of the state.
To keep that momentum going, system leaders say they're focusing on high-demand fields, boosting dual enrollment among high schoolers and targeting adult learners. System leaders also say they expect new student enrollment to increase as they launch the Wisconsin Tuition Promise, which would ensure families making less than $62,000 a year could attend a UW school without paying tuition or fees. Now, that initiative is set to launch throughout all UW system schools next fall. Tahlil Moeddin, News 3 Now.
Tahlil, thank you. According to a new report, fewer people are dying from cancer in the U.S. Mandy Gaither takes a closer look at the numbers.
Lung cancer, breast cancer, colorectal cancer, and cancer of the prostate, the 4 most common forms of the disease. Now, progress against them has helped lead to fewer people dying from cancer, according to a new report from the American Association for Cancer Research.
Not only are people living, surviving, they're living longer, they're living better as a result of this.
The report says between 1991 and 2019, there was a 32% drop in the U.S. cancer death rate. That means nearly 3.5 million lives were saved. In the last 3 years, the number of people who are living after a cancer diagnosis increased by more than 1 million. As of January in the U.S., there are 18 million survivors. The report says there were only 3 million U.S. cancer survivors in 1971.
Part of it is because we better understand these cancers.
The report says it's due to new treatments such as immunotherapy, as well as improvements in catching cancer early and declines in smoking.
So many cancers are preventable from lifestyle changes, smoking, obesity, things like that. Maybe half of cancer is preventable in that regard.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The pandemic has had an effect on cancer in the U.S., with nearly 10 million breast, colorectal, and prostate cancer screenings missed in 2020. The report offers recommendations to build on the progress made with cancer screenings to regain momentum. Well, Gary has your weekend forecast coming up next at 5, and then we'll take a look at the impacts of Hurricane Fiona. Wall Street ended the week on a down note. The Dow lost 486 points, or 1.6%. The Nasdaq lost almost 200, and the S&P 500 closed 64 points down. We'll be right back.
It's Furniture and Appliance Mart's scratch-off promotion. Come in for your scratch card worth up to $5,000. Plus, buy any LG washer and get the dryer free. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, fast delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
This month, shop Surgenian's semi-annual sale. We offer the largest Core-Tex selection in Madison. Carpet featuring Pet Solutions nylon, timeless hardwood, and more. Surgenian's semi-annual sale has savings up to 25% in all departments. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace. So I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Ashley's Fall Scratch-Off promotion is happening now. Come in now for your scratch card that could be worth up to $5,000. Plus, get 78% off clearance items. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, doorbuster deals. Plus, fast delivery. Don't miss these savings. Ashley.
A new phone area code is coming to Southwest and South Central Wisconsin. We'll tell you what that means for the identity of 608.
And as most schools' enrollments go down, UW-Madison seems to be on the rise. We analyze the UW system numbers tonight at 6.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Canadians are bracing for Hurricane Fiona as it continues to move north. Michael George has the latest.
Hurricane Fiona battered Bermuda with heavy rain and strong winds, knocking out power to much of the island. Ahead of the storm, people hunkered down in preparation.
My patio doors, or my veranda doors, whatever, are already boarded up.
At the height of the storm, wind gusts reached as high as 103 miles per hour. But officials with Bermuda's Weather Service said the island appeared to have escaped the worst. The same can't be said for Puerto Rico, where the massive cleanup effort is slowly coming along. Nearly 1 million homes and businesses remained without power Friday morning, days after Fiona caused catastrophic flooding. In San Juan, volunteers collected basic goods and food items to be distributed to the hardest hit areas. As residents pick up the pieces, Fiona continues to track north. In Nova Scotia, boat owners secured their vessels while others stocked up on food.
We got everything all tied down, and I have everything prepared. I got my candles, I got my batteries.
With 8 inches of rain expected to fall, Fiona is shaping up to be one of the most severe storms in Canada's history, where it's forecast to make its next landfall. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Fiona is expected to move across Nova Scotia later today and then to other parts of eastern Canada over the weekend. Gary, you were just there 10 days ago.
Well, all those areas under hurricane warnings, Charlottetown, Halifax, Sydney, just they're literally the middle part of last week. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to that area. Around here, things pretty quiet. Just some very light showers south of Janesville, just to the north of Beloit. Other than that, southern Wisconsin, by and large, precipitation free. However, out to the west, you can see showers across Minnesota through South Dakota and into parts of Iowa, even a couple of thunderstorms out there. 6-hour future track radar shows that we'll start to see better chances for showers as we head into the latter part of the evening, closer to midnight or even a little bit thereafter here in Madison and areas to the east. But the showers are not very widespread. I think just about everybody will see some rain, but for the most part, it'll be pretty light. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for those showers tonight and another round tomorrow night, but in between, during the day on Saturday and Sunday, just slight chances for rain. So much of the weekend during the day will be rain-free, just a slight chance for some rain. Temperatures will stay cool, not only for this weekend, but through most of next week. In fact, by Wednesday morning, could even see some patchy frost, but we'll see dry weather starting Monday and probably lasting through next weekend and even into the start of the following week. Tropics, extremely active. Tropical storm Newton in the Pacific Ocean. Hurricane Fiona here. Tropical storm Gaston here. Look what's happened off the African coast. A tropical storm Hermine mean now moving into the eastern Atlantic. But this is the area that we're watching. Tropical Depression number 9. That will probably become a Tropical Storm Ian over the next couple of days. First, Fiona, Category 3 hurricane, moving to the north. It loses its tropical characteristics, but still has hurricane-force winds as it moves into the Canadian Maritimes. And then as the cold air wraps around, the rain starts changing to snow. This is Tropical Depression number 9 in the southern portion of the Caribbean. Maximum sustained winds about 30 miles per hour, but it is forecast to strengthen into a tropical storm. Again, it would be named Ian if that's the case, becoming a hurricane south of Jamaica and then moving over western Cuba. And the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center moves it into the western portion of Florida sometime on Wednesday evening. So again, that also bears quite a bit of watching. Around here, just some shower chances overnight. 50 for the low in Madison, 51 Dalyville, and 52 in Verona. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, a little cooler to the north. 47 in Camp Douglas, 49 in Baraboo. To the south, 52 in Janesville for the overnight low temperature. Tomorrow, high of 67, cloudy, just a slight chance for a shower, and could even see a little clearing in the afternoon. On future track beginning this evening, again, most of the evening should be dry, just an outside chance for a shower, but as we head toward midnight, you can see a little better chances of showers here in Madison. Those move off to the east during early Saturday morning. During the rest of Saturday morning, we should be dry. We'll start to see some clearing later Saturday afternoon, and the rainfall amounts through Sunday night not amounting to very much, probably less than a tenth of an inch in most areas. 7 to 10 day forecast, 65 and windy on Sunday with a chance of showers, 61 windy on Monday, and then down to 37 by early Wednesday morning. High temperatures upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, but by the end of next week back up closer to 70 degrees with sunny or partly sunny skies. As we check out first warn traffic right now, this is the view of I-39 90-94 at County Highway VV. There have been some slowdowns, especially in the northbound side, as there's some construction up around Highway 60. Across Dane County, the Beltline, no problems there. I-39 90-94 east side of Madison, moving at the posted speed limits. About a 15-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. No problems I-39 90 southward from the Beltline to Janesville or US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 18 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Coming up, this is Asthma Peak Week. What doctors say you can do to stay healthy and prevent an asthma attack. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Always have loved kids, like having a daycare, extending our family, having another kid, and just kind of made sense to do more improvements and add along the way. Having that availability to put back into our home from the home equity basically saved us.
Got a privacy fence that provides safety for our kids and the daycare kids, and I don't got to put the dog on a leash anymore.
It's a nice feeling letting my daycare just get out and just run free. And that there is just another example that Tackle Credit Union has had our back.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Hey, pups, I'm Noodles. I'm here to tell you a bit about the pet insurance that lets you go to any vet, anywhere, now offered by Physicians Mutual. Since I found Stick, my life has really changed. Look at this thing. My human will be so proud of me. But if you're out finding awesome sticks, or finding awesome sticks, you gotta watch out. My Stick. I know that Physicians Mutual has got me wherever I go. If you want Stick, well, not my Stick, tell your human about
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I received a call that my granddaughter had been hit. She suffered a serious brain injury and nearly died. The driver should have been in jail. Mandela Barnes supports no cash bail that puts criminals like Darrell Brooks back on the streets. He's more worried about criminals than victims. Mandela Barnes doesn't have the judgment to keep our communities safe.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Add style to your home with a new ceiling fan from Menards. Check out our great selection of Hunter fans. They help save on energy costs and provide year-round comfort. Save today with 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans. Do more than light up a room with Sylvania LED light bulbs. True Wave reduces blue light, helping you see better and fall asleep easier. All Sylvania LED bulbs are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Health officials know this week as Asthma Peak Week. It's a time when doctors often see the most asthma attacks around the country. They say there are things you can do to avoid asthma triggers. If you have fall allergies to ragweed or mold, be sure to keep your windows closed.
Make sure that you have healthy indoor air, so clean air. So use a certified asthma and allergy-friendly air cleaner inside, because you spend 90% of your time indoors.
It's also critical to have an asthma action plan that includes monitoring how you're feeling and breathing and what you need to do if an attack comes on. It's also important to have medication nearby and to get a flu shot to stay healthy. We'll get a final check of your weekend forecast when we come back.
Ashley's Fall Scratch-Off promotion is happening now. Come in now for your scratch card that could be worth up to $5,000. Plus, get 78% off clearance items. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, doorbuster deals. Plus, fast delivery. Don't miss these savings. Ashley.
Finding the Honda you really want just got easier. With a longer limited warranty, so long. Downloadable inspection reports, so you see what we see. Downloadable. And complimentary oil changes within the first year. That's what I'm talking about. You've never been more at peace than with Honda Certified Pre-Owned.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Mass shootings, school shootings, and violent crime are on the rise, and Ron Johnson is making things worse. He abandoned law enforcement, voting against funding for the police, preventing local departments from hiring more officers, but supported flooding our streets with guns and making it easier for violent criminals and domestic abusers to get them. Ron Johnson is failing to keep us safe. Every Town for Gun Safety Victory Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
It's Furniture and Appliance Mart's scratch-off promotion. Come in for your scratch card worth up to $5,000. Plus, buy any LG washer and get the dryer free. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, fast delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
good Friday night football weather tonight.
Yeah, and I think for the most part it's going to stay dry. There's the live view from the WISC Skycam. Lots of clouds out there. The Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam pretty much showing cloudy skies as well. Not a lot of rain though, just a few sprinkles right now right on Elkhorn moving southeastward. But future track radar shows a better chance of showers sometime between about 10 and 11 o'clock west of Madison. Here in town probably about midnight, and then east of Madison a little after that.
All right. Thanks a lot, Gary. Enjoy your evening, everybody. The CBS Evening News is coming up next. Hope to see you back here for News 3 at 6.